Just revealed in the Boruto manga, a god, an actual Otsutski god who created God Jutsu, is in the manga. They just revealed him and answered so many questions we had about this series. This Otsutski god uses God Jutsu and essentially is the fundamental beginning of all jutsus known to man. These God Jutsu or shinjutsu are so far beyond the regular scale of normal jutsu. They're more like divine miracles, bending the laws of reality and being able to view time and space non-linearly. So what we learned about the three cyborgs, Code, Damon, and Ada, is that their powers are so strong, stronger than even Jigen, because Amato implemented God Jutsu into them, which explains why their powers are so far beyond everyone else. Finally, we get the explanation, but now we have this new god being in Boruto. Naruto and Sasuke are completely nerfed. Naruto doesn't have Kurama anymore, and Sasuke is missing the Rinnegan, so I have absolutely no idea how Naruto and Sasuke are going to be able to fight against this god. Obviously, Boruto and Kawaki will help as well, but if they struggle that much against Ishiki, they stand absolutely no chance against Otsutski Shibai, the god of the Naruto universe. So back at the end of the Ishiki fight, as Ishiki's soul evaporated into dust, he left one final message with his subordinate Code, that Code should be going around planets eating the chakra fruit and turning into a god. And we got this image of this giant eerie Otsutski god. I did a video on it before, and now we finally get to see what happens and what someone looks like if they become an Otsutski god, as they show us Otsutski Shibai, and you can see he has like 3 different eyes. He has the Rinnegan on his head, and it appears to have the Byakugan and the Sharingan. The Sharingan is the eye power of Ada, which allows her to see all things and see into the future. And this is what I mean by unrivaled godly power. This is the reason that people like Damon can reflect any attack you even think about doing on him. And as we saw in this chapter, Kawaki wanted to test it out, so I guess he tested himself just thinking about punching Damon and got hit himself in the face. Throughout this whole arc, I've been wondering, like, why and how did Amato create such powerful characters? Like, characters that whose abilities don't even seem like jutsu, they're just way beyond that, it's just super broken. Well, now we have the answer, because they're God Jutsus. So the remnants of the body of this god, Otsutski Shibai, I guess Amato has them, and he was able to take his DNA and infuse this god power or God Jutsu into the 3 cyborgs, Ada, Code, and Damon. But the god is missing, and nobody thinks he really died, but it's possible that he just became so godly that he ascended to another dimension and left his physical body behind. And the reason that this is so important, for one, I do think that this god will return at some point, but it's very important for a plethora of reasons. First of all, this other plane of existence that the god resides in leaves us with a theory as to where Naruto and Sasuke are in episode 1 with the flash forward of Kawaki vs. Boruto. As you remember, Kawaki says, "I'll send you where I sent the 7th," and it's very possible that they have some huge battle with God, and Kawaki sends Naruto and Sasuke to this god dimension. What's even more interesting about it is because Naruto and Sasuke are nerfed now, there is a very huge possibility that they will gain the power of God Jutsu or Shinjutsu. And yes, guys, I think Naruto and Sasuke, while they've been nerfed for a while here ever since the Ishiki arc, will regain their powers probably tenfold or so. First of all, Code had his limiter removed, and they've already stated that Naruto and Sasuke are not strong enough to fight against him. So the only workaround will really be either Boruto and Kawaki, or Naruto and Sasuke get god powers and ascend to their next level. If Amato can implant Shinjutsu into these cyborgs, I don't see why he couldn't do it to Naruto and Sasuke. And I think they're definitely going to get some massive buffs here. Because overall, I think it's pretty obvious that the writers are trying to taper off Naruto and Sasuke from being the main focuses of the series, but it's just not really working. People do like Boruto and Kawaki, but the majority of the audience is really here for Naruto and Sasuke. And to revitalize this series, you'd have to do something like turn Naruto and Sasuke into God gods. Give them a taste of the god power and like show us some new forms. That would make fans go absolutely crazy, and so I definitely think that this could be coming up. Hopefully I'm not wrong about that, and it's not just Boruto and Kawaki getting the God Jutsu. I really like to see Naruto and Sasuke get it, because after 20 plus years of the Naruto franchise, if they just lose half their powers and then fight and get killed, it would be a pretty big letdown. But it'd be pretty epic if they got some sparkly new god forms to go up and actually fight against God. I think it's very interesting that two of my favorite series at the moment, Boruto and One Punch Man, are both playing around with these one above all gods as the main antagonists of the series. And guess what? I'm all for it. We also get a few other major bombshells in this chapter. For one, we know Amato is mysterious and sneaky, and he has some sort of hidden true motives, and he pretty much lays out completely what his motives are. He was attempting to tinker around with this God Jutsu for the ability to resurrect his dead daughter, who is actually Delta, of all people. Now, Delta is a clone, so he was playing around with cloning, trying to clone his daughter, but every version of her he created wasn't his daughter, it was someone else. And he believes now that he has implanted the DNA of his daughter into Kawaki's karma, and if Kawaki implants that karma onto another person, that person will turn into his daughter. Now, everybody's thinking to themselves, well, that doesn't really seem very vindictive, like all you've been doing this whole time is trying to resurrect your daughter. But that's when Momoshiki starts telepathically talking to Boruto and tells him to be weary of what Amato is saying, because he's definitely lying about something in particular. Momoshiki saying that he's very familiar with shinjutsu, and Ada's eye power, the Sharingan, certainly is, but her love charm is not, and Amato is definitely lying about that. He doesn't know where this love charm came from. Is it a bloodline limit or what exactly it is? But there's definitely something that Amato is still hiding. Additionally, Momoshiki appears to show Boruto a vision of the future where Kawaki is battling Mitsuki. Now, it's also possible here from the final panel, because Ada is looking at Boruto, so perhaps he was able to see with Ada's Sharingan. That seems to be like what her ability is, to get these flashes of the future and kind of see what's going to happen, but I don't know how she was able to transfer that into Boruto, unless Boruto is awakening the Sharingan himself. This could also have something to do with Boruto's true eye, the Jogan, which we really still don't know too much about, and it also kind of appears that this god being, Otsutski Shibai, has it as well in his right eye. Maybe the true eye gives you all of the eye powers or something like that. Still not 100% sure if this is Boruto seeing the future on his own, if it's Momoshiki showing him the future, or if this is Ada. But in any case, it's leading us up to the major time skip. We get to see Kawaki basically going rogue. We still don't know why, because he's, for right now, is incredibly loyal and dedicated to Naruto and the Leaf Village. But interestingly, in this future flash that Boruto is seeing, Kawaki still has his karma. And right now, Amato is saying, I want Kawaki to implant his karma onto a vessel I'll create, and that way I'll resurrect my daughter. Kawaki will lose his powers, but everybody will be happy. And I don't think Kawaki wants to do that, so obviously he's gonna refuse and say no, potentially go rogue, because he just simply doesn't want to give up the karma. I feel like it would have to be more than that. So that pretty much sums up the chapter, but I absolutely love that they're finally introducing this god being and giving us a true threat in the Boruto universe, because Code never really felt like much of a threat. Ada and Damon felt super overpowered, but they're actually allies to the Leaf Village right now, which is pretty cool in its own right. We get some interesting and fun new good guys. And while the next fight is going to be an unlocked Code who has his full power now, plus an army of Jubi humanoid soldiers, I feel like our team could beat that. It doesn't feel that threatening, but when it comes to a god, definitely feels threatening, and definitely feels like our heroes are going to need some major buffs coming up very soon in order to fight against him, and he may very well be the final enemy of the entire series. So I'm really happy with this chapter, because the last 5 or 6 or so have been super slow and just lots of exposition and not much action or anything really developing. But this chapter, we got a lot of answers, some cool visuals, and a lot to look forward to. So anyways, I'm Mastar. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next video.